Hi, my name is Nikki. I'm a writer, director, producer with a passion for storytelling that drives me to create compelling characters who address challenges, find love, battle injustice, and stand up for what matters to them in fascinating worlds, both real and imagined. Noah is a fanciful podcast production based on a screenplay I wrote by the same name. The story examines relationships, our relationships with each other, and our relationships with technology. Part of the fun with this production is the interplay between human actors playing various roles and AI. Can you tell the difference? If you can, does it matter to your experience of the story how you feel about the characters? Each week another episode. Each week another opportunity to get a deeper understanding of the connections we make. Enjoy Noah. Episode 3. The Men Behind the Curtain.
The cafeteria buzzes with the energy of food machines and a dizzying assortment of options. To any outside observer, it would appear to be a stylish lunch spot. Pardee walks up to a machine. Her face is scanned.
Welcome, Dr. Finch. Here is your menu.
Noah, what would you like?
To spend my life with you.
The lab teams with urgency. You can feel the hum. The countdown clock ticks off the seconds. Service bots busy themselves with activities. They clear away work tables, cluttered with dishes. Pardee runs through data streams. Noah stands at a charging station. Dario wanders about the lab with the service bots he tidies up, busies himself, but he keeps his eyes on the door. Whitney skips in, her lab coat draped over her shoulder. Dario stops what he's doing. He rushes to Whitney's side. He helps her into a lab coat.
You're late.
Thank you, Dario. Now, be a dear and get me one of your famous smoothies. You know what I like.
Dario smiles. He turns. Whitney slaps him on the ass as he walks out of the lab.
Buns of steel. Well, titanium, but you get my meaning.
Could you not? We have work to do. I'm counting on you, and you've been late every day.
Oh, calm down. I'm doing my part. Night after night, I've been taking one for the team. It hasn't been easy, sacrificing for the good of the project. A little appreciation would be nice.
I don't know how I can thank you.
Tell my husband I've been with you.
What? Why would I do that?
He knows I'm working late.
Why are you lying?
I'm not. I have been working late. Just not with you. It's alternate facts.
Don't put me in this position.
I'd do it for you. In fact, I am doing it for you. I haven't told Marek what your real intent behind the Noah project is.
You wouldn't? It's not the same thing at all. You know that what I am doing can help so many people.
Sure, but you're using company resources that have been authorized for another purpose. I've backed you. He'll be at the party. All I am asking is, if he brings it up, you back me.
Fine, but I won't lie. How is he? It's got to be hard for a brilliant mind like his to
be in a permanent glitch. It is. He knew the risks. He made the choice, now he has to live with the consequences. How'd we get on this? We have work to do. Maybe after tonight she'll take that damn countdown clock down.
The sounds of a string quartet rise through the glass atrium. People in elegant dress mill around the nurse reception hall. Waiters in dashing dinner coats pass hors d'oeuvres and glasses of champagne on glimmering trays. 2 rows of tables are lined up in the center of the room. Marek steps to a clear podium. She removes the microphone from the holder and works the stage like a
Good evening. You all having a good time?
Shit, you know we're in trouble when she starts with Pitbull. It doesn't even sound right coming out of her mouth.
Ladies, welcome to Singles Night at Nouse. Are you ready to meet your match?
The women in the audience clap, cheer and squeal with excitement.
I can't hear you.
The crowd roars back.
That's what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't know me, I'm your host. You can call me Mistress Marek.
Marek winks. She slaps her hand on her side and plays up the mistress title.
The game is simple. Keep walking until the music stops. Once it stops, take a seat and using the card in front of you have a 2-minute conversation on the topic. Are you ready?
The crowd roars back, yes.
DJ, drop the beat.
Loud, energetic music fills the room. The crowd dances their way around the tables, laughing, sipping drinks. Whitney looks at Pardee. Pardee, anxious, plays with her upper lip.
I'll be on the other side. It's going to be great.
The music stops. A woman, 30, attractive, but insecure, sits quickly. She steadies her glass and looks up. A man, 30, handsome, looks down at her. He pulls out his chair. The woman snatches up the card at her place.
Your job is to reduce the pain in the world.
Where do you start?
The man settles in his chair, takes a sip of his drink and ponders. The scene is played out throughout the room. Whitney and Pardee observe.
Subject 39144425 is stuck in a loop.
Whitney walks over to the table. She touches a blonde woman, 30, on the shoulder.
Excuse the interruption. May I steal her away for just a moment?
The blonde woman walks out of the room with Whitney. Pardee looks on at another table. A dark-haired woman lifts a card from the table.
Describe your parents. What do you love about them?
The man, 30, sitting across from her stares. His eyes are vacant, his smile frozen.
I know, right? Who likes talking about their parents? I mean, if you want to be bored to tears.
I only have 90 seconds left to impress you, so instead of talking about my parents, let's talk about you. What does your happy ending look like?
Subject 519 pivoted from a difficult question and redirected the conversation.
Whitney enters the room alone. She wanders among the tables. The music starts. People stand and move around, eager to meet their next potential match. Marek steps to the podium. The music stops. Marek holds a glass of champagne in her hand. She taps the glass with a knife to get the audience's attention. People stop their conversations, turn and look to the podium.
Thank you all for being here. Tonight is special. Believe it or not, each of you is participating in a social experiment. To turn a phrase, have you ever questioned the nature of your reality?
The people look around. They turn to each other. They laugh.
For over 50 years we envisioned a world where the line between human and inhuman is indistinguishable. Today, we've cracked the code. Take another look around. Can you tell the human from the inhuman? What if I told you tonight you've been part of the first of its kind Turing test and our next-gen bots demonstrated beyond a reasonable doubt intelligent behavior indistinguishable from a human?
The crowd, both confused and amused, look around. Some gasp.
Will the following guests please come to the stage? Guest 11414, Guest 2514, Guest 19113.
One by one guests walk to the stage. Delroy approaches Pardee. He's cleaned himself up for the occasion, but he's drunk. He snatches a drink off a tray. He downs it in a single gulp, wipes his mouth with the back of his hand, and taps Pardee on the shoulder.
This more of your nonsense?
Delroy, it's nice to see you.
Is it? You know how much trouble you caused over that stupid service droid?
That wasn't my intent. You know better than anyone else how important it is to keep up to date on service requirements.
Maybe if my wife spent a little more time at home and a little less time in your lab, it would be easier for me to keep up.
Pardee turns to walk away from Delroy. He reaches out and grabs her arm. In an instant, two men in black suits appear at Pardee's side. Delroy looks the men up and down.
You got to be kidding me. What are you tin cops going to do? You want to go? Let's go.
Pardee looks at Delroy's hand on her arm. Delroy eases his grip. His hand drops to the side. The men step back and fade into the background. Delroy looks around. He watches guests approach the stage.
Son of a, they're everywhere. Do these people have any idea the danger they're in?
The program has progressed quite a bit since.
Since what? Since what happened to me?
Whitney, a little flush and out of breath, glides to Delroy's side with a sense of controlled urgency.
Everything okay here?
Hell no. Everything is not okay. All this is bullshit. You're putting people in danger. For what?
Keep your voice down. Nobody is in danger. Things are different now. Everyone in this room is perfectly safe.
Fuck you. I'm not one of your droids. You can't tell me what to do, and you sure as hell can't have them out here without people knowing.
Whitney takes Delroy's arm.
Please excuse us.
Delroy breaks free.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're embarrassing me. We can discuss this at home and not ruin the night for everyone else. I don't know why you came.
Jason walks up to Delroy.
You've been overserved. Let me show you out.
You're one of the best I've seen. They've done a nice job with you. Smooth texture, no lines, but there's one telltale sign you can't hide.
Delroy laughs and looks at the side of Jason's face.
No. This is Jason. He's a board member.
The hell it is. I see the line. Telltale sign he's a bot.
I could say the same about you. That's a scar from a lacrosse stick I took to the face at the junior regionals.
Delroy lifts his hand to the scar on his face. He pushes his hair forward in a weak attempt to hide it. Whitney takes Delroy by the arm.
Come on. Let's go home.
Home? Now you want to go home? Do you even know where it is? Do you know the last time my wife was home? I sure as hell can't remember.
Come on. Let's go.
I'm sorry. I love you. I just get so crazy. My mind. I forget. Then I remember, but I'm lost. I just wish I could be me again.
I know. It's going to be okay. Come on. Let's go.
Whitney wraps her arm around Delroy's shoulder. They walks together to the door. When they reach the door, Whitney looks back. Jason puts his hand on Pardee's back and walks with her, though the crowd. Noah stands at the other side of the room. He watches. He observes the interaction between Whitney and Delroy. He pays keen attention to Jason and his behavior with Pardee.
Finally, our guest of honor. Without 141518, none of this would be possible. 141518, please join me on stage.
Noah walks to the podium.
Artificial humans walk among us. Tonight, you have dined with them. You have danced with them. You have shared personal stories. In the coming weeks, more of us will challenge our perceptions and confront the fundamental truths about ourselves and the world we inhabit, one in which what it means to be human is in the eye of the beholder.
Marek steps back. Noah and the other artificial humans step forward. For a moment, the crowd is silent. They look at the artificial humans. Then, uproarious clapping, laughter and chatter fills the room.
If you haven't placed your pre-orders, now is the time. Members of our team will be coming through with tablets. Make your selections and take your perfect companions home. Thank you. Good night.
The countdown clock reads 300 hours. The lab is in a cafe simulation mode. People mill about, sit at tables, drink coffee and talk. Dario stands behind the counter. He takes orders, makes drinks and runs orders out to tables. Whitney scans lines of code. She touches Noah's hand. Noah sits at a cafe table. His eyes flutter open.
Hello, Whitney.
Hello, Noah. How are you?
I'm great. Did you see that 49ers game last night?
Whitney touches Noah's hand again. Noah freezes. Whitney swipes her hand in the air. A string of code appears.
Evaluate short-term memory code. Subject continues to wake without adapting to current time. Worse than Groundhog Day, 49ers football.
Whitney swipes the code away and talks to herself. Glass doors slide open. Pardee glides in, a broad smile on her face. She is beaming.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I just left a note. There's a glitch in his code. I also saw it in 3914425.
Cindy glitched because the programming for women is more complicated and we haven't put in the same amount of testing time.
Whatever. I adjusted his code. I've sent Phase 3 programming to the warehouse team. They're ready to start programming and personalization mapping.
I'll get started on the bug report.
What are you going to do with Noah?
What do you mean?
Now that we're ready to launch, are you taking him home?
No, he stays in the lab.
Whitney swipes the air. Strings of code appear. She moves lines around and touches Noah's hand. Noah's eyes flutter.
Think about his feelings. You should take him home.
Anthropomorphism is dangerous. You of all people know better than to attribute human feelings or attitudes to the AI. Noah doesn't have feelings. It's not a real person.
What sets our work apart is our ability to blur the lines. We have to treat them like we would any other human being. Just think of the data you could gather.
Pardee shakes her head. The doors slide open. A bouquet of roses enters before the delivery droid.
Gift for Dr. Finch.
Thank you. You can set them over there.
The bouquet morphs and changes colors. Pardee smiles. She reads the card.
Are those from Jason? He sure moves fast. I guess you do have time for other things besides your work.
How's Delroy?
He's fine. He's back on his meds.
I'm glad. He's a good man. You've been putting in a lot of hours. We're in a good place. Why not knock off early, head home, spend some time with him?
Marek's voice blasts across the overhead speaker.
Pardee, I need you to come to my office.
Pardee looks up at the speaker in the sky.
Be right there.
Pardee walks out of the lab. Dario walks over to the table. He wipes it down and picks up the card from the bouquet of flowers. Whitney swipes at a line of code. Noah's eyes blink to life.
Was that Pardee?
Yes, it was. She had to go to a meeting at the hospital.
I know how important her work is. I've been trying to reach her. She won't call me back.
She is very busy.
Whitney walks over to the bouquet. She inhales deeply, taking in the sweet, rich smell of the flowers. A smile crosses her face.
You know what, Noah? I just remembered. I'm late for another appointment. I'll catch up with you later. Good night, Noah.
Noah closes his eyes. His head drops. Whitney snatches a flow from the bunch and walks to the door.
Dr. Kierse, are you forgetting something?
I don't think so. Oh, wait, you're right.
Dario smiles expectantly. He walks eagerly toward Whitney.
Cancel cafe mode.
The cafe transforms back into a lab. Whitney looks at Dario.
Dario, enter sleep mode.
Dario's eyes close. His head drops. Whitney walks out of the lab. At the sound of the doors closing, Dario opens his eyes and lifts his head. Dario looks at the card in his hand.
Initiate cafe mode.
The lab transforms back into a cafe. Dario walks to Noah. He studies his face. He looks around. The coast is clear.
Good morning, Noah.
Hey Dario. How's business?
Great. We stay so busy. Can I get you anything else?
No, my friend Whitney had to leave and it looks like my girlfriend is a no-show, so I guess I'll just take the check and head out.
Dario wipes the table. He gathers the dishes.
I see you in here a lot. You seem like a nice guy.
Yeah, with Pardee, my girlfriend.
Listen, I am not trying to get in your business, but in my country. No. Never mind.
Dario picks up the plates and cups and tarts to walk away.
No, wait, tell me.
I'm only telling you because I'd want to know. She was in here with another guy. It came in here with a bouquet of flowers. It is the card. Says cheating on you.
It's that man from the party, isn't it? I saw her with him.
Noah doesn't look at the card. It falls from his hand and flutters to the ground.
She said I was special.
Sis been lying to you. I overheard her telling her friend she's going to break up with you. She was just using you for her work. He can prove it.
Noah stands up from the table. He steps on the card. When he lifts his foot, the writing on the card is visible. Happy birthday, Pardee. Love, T. Noah follows Dario. In a world where artificial intelligence blurs the lines between humanity and technology, secrets are uncovered, alliances are tested, and the stakes are higher than ever before. As Noah delves deeper into the truth behind his relationship, he discovers a web of deception that could shatter everything he thought he knew. With each revelation, the lines between friend and foe blur, leaving him questioning who he can trust. Meanwhile, as Proposition R looms on the horizon, Stephanie takes a stand against the unchecked power of corporations like News, advocating for transparency and accountability in the face of escalating danger. But as Whitney races against the clock to push the boundaries of science, Marek's relentless pursuit of progress threatens to unleash forces beyond control. With the fate of humanity hanging in the balance, every decision could be a matter of life or death. Prepare for a rollercoaster ride of suspense, betrayal, and ultimately, the quest for the true meaning of humanity. Don't miss the next thrilling episode of Noah.